adjourned. It's been a long couple weeks, still a long couple weeks, and apparently WWE is going to make it a long couple months because there's a lot of changes going on in the landscape of wrestling, and all we know is what we know right now. So before we talk about what we know right now and WrestleMania this weekend, I don't really know, Darnell. How are you doing this week, Darnell?
Why?
Dude, hell if I know at this point. There's supposed to be 16 things going on, and I know 2 of these things already what Roman Reigns himself has confirmed in an Instagram live video on his page. So, dude, I don't know.
I'm just gonna let it. That is already know how I feel. I'm just gonna let the world know. I am a pissed off man right now. I am not
Why are you a pissed off?
When Rudy Gobert tested positive for COVID-19, the sports world went down here. Am I correct?
This is true.
So it got to the point where even in the wrestling business, you can't have fans allowed. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Most people can't get used to the shows without crowd. I personally think AEW has put on the best show without a crowd throughout this whole thing. WWE,
Okay.
Here and there, but you know what they did? They decided to, we'll let y'all relive some matches, just to help push the time. I don't mind that. By the way, they actually reminded me of how dominant Brock Lesnar was before he got eliminated in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
So, how many times did I tweet or post cancel WrestleMania?
Tell me.
I say, boy, you might as well go ahead and postpone or cancel WrestleMania events because this is not looking good. You already moved it from Tampa. You're going to put it at the Performance Center. Then you're going to have it at multiple locations. You have it on 2 nights. I'm like, this doesn't look right. Cancel WrestleMania events. We get word? Still going on, correct?
Yes.
And Dallas, help me out here. What is all the names that dropped out of WrestleMania all of a sudden?
I think we got Roman, we got The Miz, Dana's out, I think Ray is out, Andrade's out, I know Buddy Murphy's out, I know Authors of Pain are out because I think Akam tore his bicep and they're a tag team, so of course you can't have one without the other. So shoot. Trying to look at these names right now, see if they've missed anybody. So shoot, man, look, Montez Ford, God, he should be out, but he's fine as of now. So all those people, and probably a lot of other people that just didn't have time to get their match.
Roman Reigns, you could say probably was booked for one of the main event matches at WrestleMania.
Probably was going to be the main event.
Out. The Miz. Weren't they supposed to defend the tag team title?
Yeah, Wikipedia, spoiler alert, guys, is what you could have got. But Wikipedia still has it that they were supposed to do a triple threat ladder match for the SmackDown titles. That's not going to happen, of course. But, yeah.
So
he's out. That messed up.
So you have to find a replacement for the Universal title, and the tag titles are up in the air.
No, they're not being.
They're not being defended.
Yeah, they're not being.
Let's see. Andrade's out, which means the Raw Tag Team title. Are the Raw Tag Team titles going to be up for grabs since they brought in Austin Theory on Monday?
Yeah, some guy named Austin Theory who, look, it's one thing with a Shayna Baszler. She was a 2-time NXT champion. They missed the boat on the 4 Horsewomen match, just like they missed the boat on Sting Undertaker. But what the hell has Austin Theory done? I get that he was popular and Evolve, and I know that the internet wrestling community loves him, but what has he done to just randomly get a championship match at WrestleMania? But that we're at the point where no-name guys in developmental are getting randomly called up because Vince just has to have the show.
But even with that, Andrade is the United States champion.
Which means that's not going to be defended. It wasn't going to be defended either way, but now it's definitely.
That's 2 titles right there. You said Rey Mysterio is out. Dana Brooks out. If I remember, I think Asuka is out too.
Is she?
And I believe she she has the women's tag team title.
God, I hope Oscar's not out.
Oscar's out.
Damn.
I think the news of Oscar came along with the Miz.
Shoot, at this point, dude, I don't even know because everybody's reporting different things. And dude, nobody knows anything because WWE is trying to do classic pro wrestling promotion and keep everything close to the vest. But it's like you're a publicly traded company, dude. you're having old WrestleManias air on ESPN. You're having Triple H out there.
I was just gonna get to that. Out of all the people, why are y'all still having this message? Triple H, go ahead and explain to the people why we still do. Oh, people need entertainment more than ever. I'm not saying he's wrong, because we got a lot of people. We got millions of people stuck in the house almost 24/7 now. We want to give them something so they can calm down. But your biggest events of the year, probably the biggest event of wrestling, period. No fans allowed, and you're supposed to have it in multiple places over 2 nights. Did I miss something here?
You tell me, because you don't even know.
I really hate that this is the first episode of wrestling we have done in a while, and this got to be the episode. But good old Vince McMahon just got to keep WrestleMania going. And by the way, I think the pay-per-view deal is like the first day is like $40 and the second day is like $60. Unless you had a WWE network like
I do. $100 for this WrestleMania. And the sad thing is, some people are going to pay the $100 for the 2 nights of WrestleMania instead of getting the network because, quote unquote, they either aren't going to watch anything else, so why would I pay for something I'm not going to watch, or insert other cues that they think sound smart here.
I'm glad you.
Why would you?
Because for all y'all that be complaining like ain't like it used to be, ain't the old days, get the WWE network and relive it. I've been binge watching the freaking Alliance era. And I've been enjoying every minute of it. Let's refresh my memory of how great 2001 was.
What's that tell you about this current era?
So if y'all gonna complain, get the network and watch all the things you enjoyed back then.
Well, I mean, okay, so as of today, it's Kairi Sane that's been absent, but they're still supposed to be doing that. So that match is still supposedly supposed to be on.
Who are they facing anyway? Are they facing Elizabeth and Nikki Cross?
Yeah.
Because I never heard that match being official anyway, to be honest.
I think they're still... See, that's the problem, because, everything's taped, and WWE is probably doing what they're doing now, not confirming injuries and stuff, because more than likely, again, full disclosure, because, dude, at this point, I'm over it. Full disclosure, this is being taped on a Tuesday. SmackDown still has to happen on Friday. It's taped, and even though everybody has all these sources and everything, because everybody loves their entertainment oh so much, and because everybody thinks that Vince McMahon is doing them a solid oh so much, the citizen journalists of the wrestling community don't want to find spoilers now. So, more than likely, they're probably going to make that match official, and they're probably going to make...
now they don't want to go see spoilers now? Oh, this is the time not to go see the spoilers now?
Yeah, now the wrestling community and wrestling journalists, now they don't want to get scoops. Now they don't want to spoil a show. Okay, but... So, more than likely, Roman Reigns' replacement, that tag match, pretty sure Sammy versus Bryan is already official. I think they announced Otis versus Dolph on Twitter. But the last bit of everything is going to be made official.
No, you can kind of say it was announced on SmackDown because, Mandy Rose had to come in, but like, I don't want y'all to fight. Like I'm.
Yeah, that I don't want y'all fighting me like I'm a trope. Yeah. Well, that wasn't SmackDown. Yeah, so the last bit of everything is going to be done. They're probably waiting because they want it to be like a big thing. Well, I mean, it's dumb though. Like Triple H is doing damage control and Roman Reigns is on his IG. So they're trying to sit here and wait until the taping airs, but it's like, bro.
By the way, if any one of y'all get mad at Roman Reigns for not being in WrestleMania, look yourself in the mirror, please. Please look yourself in the mirror. That's
Yeah.
all.
I mean, so just off rip, I think it's safe to say Goldbergs Retain. Vince literally tanked his hottest act in 4 minutes with a trash vertical suplex. Now, granted, I mean, they did right by Bray. They turned him right around, and he's going to get a specialty match with John Cena, although it's not guaranteed that he's going to win said match.
But
You would
Travis,
hope that with the...
didn't we say this already, though?
We've said a lot of things.
Like,
we've said a lot of things.
You always say we don't have the blue check mark, but it seems like we're the ones that say the things that happen months beforehand and then happens.
No, just go out there though and go listen to the guy with the makeshift title belt. Go listen to the guys who oddly have divas as their profile pics. Go listen to the guys with eggs. I mean, just keep going. Because I mean, hey, look,
we told y'all when they put the Fiend in the championship match with Seth Rollins what was gonna happen.
And people still got mad. People still got mad the entire weekend. People still and what now?
Maybe that's why people are going back and listening to our old episodes now.
Shit,
maybe why our listenership is getting a little bigger now. They starting to come back and listen to those episodes. Dude, we said this months ago.
Well, in that case, they must be doing it with the football too, because a lot of the shit that happened in free agency, we said that shit was probably gonna play out the way it was beforehand. But hey, again, Twitter users place a lot of stock in those follower accounts and those blue checks, but they don't realize how many people unbought them follower accounts and blue checks.
Matter of fact, that is the one that said, who's going to take the title off Bray Wyatt? How you take the title off this man?
It's why Andre the Giant wasn't a 13-time WWE champion. It's why Andre the Giant didn't break Bruno Sammartino's record. With the way that wrestling was,
you don't have to go that far back. Look at the Undertaker. Every now and then they say, okay, Taker, go ahead and show them if you can get the title anytime you feel like.
And then once he leaves, and I think the last 2 times he lost it was like Money in the Bank. I know, I actually, yeah. Because I don't think he had the championship ever again after he lost to Edge and that cash in after Batista. He had a cage match with Batista. I think Edge cashed in after that cage match with Batista on SmackDown. I think that was the last time he ever held a world title.
They can do the same thing with the Fiend. Okay, let's go ahead and terrorize everybody. Every now and then we'll say, go ahead and show your dominance and get the title.
Yeah, well, I mean, dude, the thing is, I mean, come on, bro. Goldberg versus Roman Reigns. By the way, now, the ultimate irony, Roman Reigns pulling himself out and your doctor's not making a call. And looking stupid. Because now you have to find somebody who's both big enough to be in a WrestleMania main event and not big enough to where losing against Goldberg doesn't make sense.
And I'm going to say it again. Roman Reigns, you did the exact thing to do. You was correct in every aspect.
You were. And Vince McMahon is sitting here with egg on his face. Because now, you done booked up. First of all, you're doing a show with no fans. But you got the belt off of Bray because you didn't want Roman to get booed when he won. Last time I checked, Darnell, I am pretty sure the Fiend. He kills Rambling Rabbit almost every episode. He's a horror character. He's a monster. He carries around severed heads. He chokes people out. He drags them to hell. Like, he is not a babyface character. He is not somebody you are building your heavyweight division around for the next 20 years. He is somebody who is supposed to lose in the end. Because even in Friday the 13th, all 20 movies, somehow, some way, they escape Jason. You may not destroy or squash Bray Wyatt, but you can escape. You can get a roll up. You can get a count out. You can win by a DQ and he just beats the hell out of you. But dude, he's supposed to lose. So now Goldberg, is Goldberg a heel?
Take a break. Stop right there. Take a break right there. I want them to think on that one before you answer that.
Hey, this is Darnell, the Playmaker Says. I want to take a moment to thank you guys for listening to us at the Playmakers Bar podcast. Just to let you know, if you're listening to us on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, why don't you go ahead and leave us a review, tell us what you think of the episodes that you listen to, what you think of the podcast in general. If you listen to, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Radio Public, Castbox, or any other platforms that we're on, follow us. Download the episodes. Let us know any kind of way that you want to let us know, whether it's on our Facebook page, the Playmakers Bar Podcast, or on my Twitter page at Playmakers Stars. Just let us know, because we enjoy interacting with you guys and we want to show our appreciation. So follow us, like us, let us know how we're doing, and thank you for listening to the Playmakers Bar Podcast.
So you left off with a question.
Dude,
Is Goldberg a heel? Going into this match, he was going to be a heel. Then again, it's Goldberg. I don't think Goldberg has ever been a heel.
Dude, Goldberg literally said that he came back because he wanted his son to see what his dad was like as a wrestler. Goldberg literally left WWE because they were getting a bit too raunchy. Look this up, guys. It's public record. He said this in promos and shoot interviews. Like, Goldberg, if he was half as good as Braun Strowman in the ring, and my God, it ain't that great. If he was half as good as Braun Strowman is right now, at his age, Goldberg would probably be having a Brock Lesnar run. If Goldberg could just work half as good as the worst guy on the active roster in ring, he would be a worker, like a workhorse. But Goldberg can't go anymore. He literally can't go anymore. So I asked, like, dude, you can't make Goldberg a heel. How is anybody going to boo Goldberg? If anything, people should be feeling sympathy for the man right now. His back gives out every time he tries to do a vertical suplex. He gets winded after one tackle, a spear, a tackle. I mean, Jesus. This man's out here for his son. He's just trying to make sure he has some memories with his kid before it's too late. How do you boo that?
How many kids do you have?
Meanwhile, Darnell, if you go back to the footage, not 5 years ago, Roman Reigns was a monster heel in the Shield. Roman Reigns broke in as a heel. Like, dude.
Would that be 2012?
No, that would be 2015. We're going to circle this actual recording. 2015, they hadn't made the face turn yet, I don't think. Because he lost the Royal Rumble to Batista, then everybody booed Batista because they wanted Roman to win.
No, I'm talking about when the Shield debuted. I'm talking about when the Shield debuted.
Oh, yeah. The Shield debuted at that Survivor Series out the crowd in like 2012. At the very end.
So, hey, I'm going to say this again. Get the WWE Network, you can go back to 2012 and relive when the Shield made their appearance.
And Roman Reigns' gimmick back then was a human heat-seeking missile. They just tagged him in, pressed the button, and he just went to work. And people liked that, apparently. People liked that Roman Reigns was going to be the next Brock Lesnar. But instead, Vince did a hard pass and is trying to desperately make him the next John Cena, and that just ain't working out. As you guys can guess, we're in the second segment, and we've only talked about one match so far because, dude, A, we don't know what's going to go on, and B, you guys need to just buckle up and understand that titles aren't going to change hands in the show. You guys need to get it.
Yeah, that's the disappointing part. But I'm gonna say that for the third.
Well, no, I need to tell them this now, whether we talk about it a lot or not, because, dude, people really, really think that Vince is doing this for them. Darnell, ticket sales alone, if you do the average price of a ticket and multiply that by the capacity of Raymond James Stadium, you're looking at easily over $35 million. Because best believe those people who paid 4 figures for a WrestleMania package, including the flight, best believe they're not taking credit for next year. They want that money back. Now, I don't know if business insurance or whatever or how that's working, but dude, there is no way that the people who are not in Florida are not asking for a refund right now. And I know a lot of Floridians are probably asking for their refund right now. So they're losing millions and millions of dollars not having a ticketed crowd. Then you got to think, too, WrestleMania Experience was supposed to be going on this week. They're losing money.
Going on, right?
Yeah, they're losing money from all that not happening. They're losing money from those overpriced concessions. They're losing money from the overpriced merch. They're losing money from the field passes. Like, dude, Vince McMahon has probably lost close to 9 figures already. It is easy to say that Vince McMahon has lost over $60 million. Having WrestleMania and being able to shout out their sponsors on a televised broadcast on pay-per-view, god dang it, that's the best that Vince can do to not lose everything. Because remember, guys, this is a publicly traded company. And WrestleMania is the focus of the entire creative year. SummerSlam is the end of WrestleMania's rivalries. Everything else is slowly building to the Royal Rumble. Then the Royal Rumble is the downhill to next year's WrestleMania. And the entire year is for WrestleMania.
I got a question. I got a question. You might not be able to answer this. I ain't hear nothing about TakeOver.
Well, TakeOver's canceled. Oh, dude, TakeOver's on Saturday. I mean, WrestleMania's on Saturday now. There is no TakeOver. You talk about tanking your own product. You talk about tanking your own product. WrestleMania's on Saturday. All the indie shows are canceled.
Hall of Fame?
Brother, how old are the Hall of Famers?
You're telling me the only thing we're getting out of this weekend is WrestleMania.
You are getting the show. And best believe between every match, you're probably going to hear from some sponsor. I wouldn't be surprised if, even though it's airing on the network, WWE doesn't show commercials from other companies. It's rare when they do that because it's in-house on the network, but I think this is going to be just like the Super Bowl. I think this is going to be sponsors and commercials in between matches and breaks out the behind, because that's all Vince can do to make it back. Mind you, guys, with all that I've just said, and I know you don't care because it's wrestling and you're a fan, and I know you don't care, but you need to listen because Vince ain't doing it for you. He also has to pay these contractors who aren't employees and I'm sure aren't working on a discount right now with their health being at risk.
Can I try to make you laugh? Right now as of Tuesday, right now on FS1, if I was to click on this channel, I will be rewatching this past Royal Rumble. On cable TV. The exact Royal Rumble that just happened. From beginning to end.
Also, remember, like, WWE, like, as a publicly traded company, this is their business. They trade content. They have libraries and libraries of content, and they hope to sell it. The old content and the live content. So again, dude, when has WWE ever just given you their back library for free? Never. They're giving you classic matches full length on YouTube, full length on Facebook. They're putting old pay-per-views on cable TV at 6:15 Central Time. Vince is trying desperately to somehow, some way, get some advertisers, get a pinch of cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, in Dallas, I just did some research, and guess what I found?
What?
On April Fool's Day, TakeOver Tampa would be airing on the WWE Network.
Say what?
TakeOver will be aired before the release of this recording. April 1st, TakeOver will be airing.
Also, I am on the .com right now, and this article is from the 23rd. So that's why. So since the 23rd, WWE Network's been free. I don't think WrestleMania is going to be free unless you did the whole first month thing, but The back library's been free.
Yeah, I'm on MSN.com.
No, I'm on WWE.com. I'm talking about the network itself, the entire back library being free. So when you talk about advertising revenue and sponsorships and stuff like that, oh, best believe. Now, what's interesting is, let's see. One, we'll see Snickers. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. This WrestleMania is going to be free if you start this month. So they're still doing the email thing. They have a banner for guy. I'm saying all this because I'm trying to get people to understand, bro. Like, it's a wash. Vince just needs as much traffic as possible. He needs as many people to click on advertisements as possible on YouTube, on Facebook. He needs people to watch commercials on TV. He needs people to go to .com to figure out what the hell is happening. No titles are going to change. So, I mean, we can talk about the matches in the next segment, but no titles are going to change. There's no reason to pick against the champion. We've already mentioned him passing 4 matches already. I hope that after all this caping for Vince McMahon, I hope that after all this, he's doing it for the fans and blah, blah, blah. I hope these guys realize when this WrestleMania is terrible. I hope they realize when Drew doesn't win and they get upset because Drew didn't win. Like,
that's great. So my usual Wednesday is going to be a takeover.
Oh yeah, because because AEW, bless their little hearts. I mean, they've been kicking WWE's ass in the rings, but that's just because they've written off NXT. I mean, think about it, like, bro, they had to tape this month's TV, including WrestleMania, on the first weekend of April. They probably had to sanitize the hell out of the Performance Center after they got done. So you got to tape Raw, SmackDown, WrestleMania. I'm pretty sure NXT is taking a backseat. I'm almost positive NXT is taking a backseat, which really sucks because, again, WWE talent are contractors. So I'm not sure how that works when they're in developmental. I don't know if developmental, it just comes either way no matter what, because they're still in wrestling school technically or whatever. But yeah, that ain't too hot. Imagine you're a big star in the Indies. And, this time of year, you were working heavy. Now you're sitting at home. Ain't even been on TV in a couple months because you're not ready yet, kid.
So pretty much NXT TakeOver is going to get spread out because there's nowhere in the world they're doing the whole TakeOver on Wednesday.
Are they airing an old TakeOver?
No. That now I know why the North American Championships are triple threat match. Now it comes to me now. Because I was sitting there wondering when I was watching last week, why did they go put Keith Lee, Diamond Josh, and Damien in a North American title match next week when they got TakeOver coming? It all comes full circle now. My TakeOver match will be on Wednesday.
Okay. All right. So the TakeOver matches are going to take place on the weekly show, but it's not TakeOver. TakeOver has been canceled, but the TakeOver matches, which is basically telling you at any point in time, WWE can give you pay-per-view quality every week, but instead, they're only going to do it in an emergency when they have to. They could give you a TakeOver any damn time. They could give you a great pay-per-view quality show any damn time, but it's emergency, so. Wow, that is crazy. So, Triple H has built up a WrestleMania weekend pay-per-view, and they are going to give it for free on the weekly show and not even rebrand the show for one night. That is amazing, and I truly hope that NXT gets a waiver and some stuff can happen because AEW is going to be giving their best shot as long as they can.
And that also explains why Triple H had to Monster Ciampa and Gargano in the race, saying he was going to pick a spot. Them two going to go ahead, and they're going to fight it out to end this rivalry. It's come full circle. Now I know why this was happening. I didn't catch on to it, but now I know. This is it.
So AEW was at Daly's place for the past few weeks, right?
I want to believe so.
Are
So
they still gonna be
AEW,
at? Are they still?
so the actual home of AEW is Jacksonville.
Yeah, like it's so they did some stuff in TIAA, but they had to go to a smaller venue, right? So they went to Dailies, right?
Yeah.
So do you know if they're still
So
gonna be at Dailies or not?
where we at right now? Matter of fact, I can look at that. I can look at that during the break.
Okay. Yeah, actually, yeah, it is break time. Okay.
Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? It's a long process. It's a hard thought out process. Yeah, I know. I was there. I was there from March of this year, thinking about how I'm going to do this, doing all my research, trying to get everything right. What platforms can we use and how we going to record it and how we going to make it sound good and make it all this happen. And then I came upon Anchor. The Anchor app on my phone, the easiest choice I could ever make to do a podcast. It's free to use. You don't got to pay for nothing. You can record episodes whenever you're ready. You can edit it and then you can release them when you want to. And you don't have to worry about trying to figure out how you're going to distribute it on other platforms because Anchor has partnerships with Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Castbox, Pocket Cast, whatever you name it. Because the Playmakers Bar podcast is the podcast that I use. We are on all them platforms. We are on 9 platforms just by using the Anchor app. So pretty much all the questions that you have questions about doing a podcast, go to the Anchor app or go to the Anchor website, anchor.fm.com, and just search through it, ask questions. Because I tell you, a free app that does all this, there's nothing more you can ask for. I even got friends, they doing their podcast on the Anchor app. Faith Talk, you might have heard of it because it's very good. And it's great that it's an app like this, it's a website like this that makes it easier for people to do podcasts and do what they love best, talking about the things that they love to talk about. So give Anchor a try, see how much you like it. We'll love to hear your podcast.
All right, let's see what we got here now. That we're back for the final segment of this show. I'm still not pleased that we doing this. Damn it, Vince.
I'm gonna look at the matches I know is gonna happen. We'll talk about 3, and I mean like actually talk about them, not just pick them. So I'm trying to figure out while you figure out the dailies thingy. I'm gonna see which matches are actually pretty much gonna happen. Because remember, SmackDown still has.
Okay, so I am on a Facebook page.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I don't think did they announce they were going to be at dailies, or was it just reported? Because I don't know if they even announced it.
Well, what I'm looking at, I ain't seen no post yet. Man,
Well,
let's go back a little further. So it's been like 2 weeks.
Well, they announced that new TNT Championship, so they have to have notable news closer up to the top.
I'm not seeing anything on their Facebook page. I ain't
Well,
gonna add a Facebook.
Well, goes to show. All right, so Edge versus Randy Orton, Undertaker versus AJ Styles, or The Fiend versus John Cena. Which one do you want to talk about first?
What in the blue hell is a barnyard match?
Well, you know, with the current worldwide conditions, it's kind of hard to say graveyard match. Kind of hard to be fighting around a bunch of people who may have recently passed. I mean, you remember that John Cena sketch from like way, way back when he pissed on the grave, back when Undertaker was the American Badass? I would imagine it's something similar to that, but if you had a match at that locale. If you've been paying attention to the past couple of WWE 2Ks, they've been doing a lot of zombie stuff lately. So probably something like that.
I even looked it up. It's never been done before. When I looked at it.
Oh wow, that Wikipedia thing is long. I ain't gonna scroll down that. But so it's looking like could see the American Badass. Which makes sense because the way they've been going with AJ Styles promo, it'd be really, really difficult to have Dead Man Undertaker with those slow sentences after a man crack jokes about his wife.
Nah, I had the Undertaker's photo on Monday. I felt like the American Badass was back.
And then they did a full shot. Man had a leather jacket, a beanie, and some jeans on.
And then he finished it off with the old Undertaker line. So I don't know.
But he did hit the I'll make you famous. I haven't heard that.
And then I heard that, and I'm like, by the way, I am reliving the Alliance era, so that tells you how happy I was.
I haven't heard that I'll make you famous in a long, long time. I mean, even his movements, even the way he beat up Gallows and Anderson the other week, it's really looking like, oh yeah, this is. And it makes me wonder though, like, bro, American Badass coming back, a match against AJ Styles, like, first of all, the only match left after he has his match with AJ Styles, and like, Sting's in the Hall of Fame. I'm pretty sure he's in good standing. He still does events where he comes, like, be an ambassador of sorts for WWE. But, like, dude, are they going to do that match? Because they're not going to do that match. I mean, think about it. American Badass coming back has to mean this is the last one or one of the last two. Because when heel John Cena comes back, when Dr. Thugonomics actually has a match, that's how I know it's actually over.
Is that going to happen?
That's how I know it'll be a wrap. Because A, who on the main roster even warrants the Doctor of Thugonomics? Like, who now even would warrant John Cena having to go back to that place? Mind you, the last time he came out as Doctor of Thugonomics, I think he just did it to do it at like a WrestleMania. Maybe he FU'd Elias? I can't remember. I think he might have did something with Elias. And I think that may be why
it was Elias. Yeah, it was Elias.
Yeah, and I think that's why they were maybe going to do John Cena versus Elias this year, but then they got so much heat. They were like, oh, well, never mind. Never mind. And it's rare when something gets panned to.
Elias hasn't done nothing.
And, oh, God, there's a lot of people to be at fault for that. But yeah, so, I mean, John Cena, who isn't going to be the Doctor of Thugonomics, which means he ain't going to power up the Reeboks. Yeah, like, it's a Firefly Funhouse. Bray Wyatt just came off of a world title loss for a reason that now is not going to come to fruition. You gotta see, Bray can't beat Jason unless he kills a couple. And I'm sorry to say that in such a straight line without dressing it up, but dude, Jason wouldn't have been scared if everybody got out of Camp Crystal Lake. If Jason actually died when they killed him and didn't sit back up, he wouldn't be Jason. So Bray, this isn't a title match. John Cena is going to go back to filming movies. This will be his only match in like the past 2 years. I don't see why Bray shouldn't win this match. Now, notice I said shouldn't. Because Lord knows, I mean, what will make the advertisers happy, Darnell? What's going to bring in the most people to watch? John Cena winning or Bray Wyatt?
Bray Wyatt. 15.
God, I hope so. Because it is clear as day after this pandemic how Vince McMahon thinks. And the clicks, the E! Today, the Today Show, the Good Morning America, John Cena wins at WrestleMania. I can see Vince going towards the John Cena wins, and then he goes into talking about Fast Furious. Like, dude, like,
No. John Cena cannot do a promo the way he did and win at WrestleMania.
I hope that
he didn't want to be a part of WrestleMania. That's what the promo.
Well, again, dude,
you can't win at WrestleMania.
That's what the promo was, because he turned around 2 seconds later, and as soon as the guy pointed at the sign, he said, "Yeah." He didn't drag it out. He didn't say no. He didn't make the Fiend beat it out of him. He didn't chase down Zack Ryder. He didn't chase down, everybody that Cena was a tag team champion with. They hated him. But he didn't chase down anybody and make Cena do it. Cena just did it. Just saying he didn't want to be at WrestleMania. So, I mean, I am hoping that John Cena going to Bray Wyatt's locale. Because remember, the last time somebody went to the Firefly Funhouse, they beat the hell out of him. They didn't beat the hell out of the Fiend, but Seth beat the hell out of Bray. I don't even know how he knew how to get there.
Hey, he burnt it down.
What the damn? So yeah, like the pessimism starts here, and it ends everywhere else. Because oh God, actually, you know what, Darnell? I lied. Charlotte Flair is definitely going to beat Rhea Ripley now. That is for certain. There is going to be a title change. Charlotte Flair is definitely beating Rhea Ripley.
I called it before everything. I called it before everything happened.
Oh God, Rhea Ripley didn't stand a chance before because this is definitely them trying to figure out ways that Charlotte can make history. But oh God, it is. Oh my goodness, I lied. I'm sorry. I missed that title change is definitely gonna. They're probably gonna put the match on first just to get out the way. So, well, okay.
I was thinking long and hard. I knew when they first did this, I was like, Charlotte gonna win. But I thought I had to think long and hard because I'm like, I really like you.
The way
and it's like, hey, Charlotte Flair.
The way that Charlotte the Yakuza kicked Rhea Ripley in the back into a garage door. You gotta have somebody's number when you sneak up on them in broad daylight. So let's see.
The Queen.
Yeah, the Queen. We accidentally talked about it. All right, Edge versus Randy.
You know, it's been a long time since I've been able to do that.
Yeah. Edge versus
Randy Orton.
Yeah, Randy. What about Randy?
I'm picking Randy Orton.
I mean, you got to break down because we ain't talking about all these matches. So,
I mean, look, it's great that Edge came back. Yes, he's cleared. He's medically cleared, but look. How Edge don't have much longer.
Much longer, dude. Like, he was on borrowed time before. He's probably, dude. For one, he is definitely working with Randy, and Randy's gonna take care of him. Two, bro, much longer. We'll be lucky to see Edge on a Chris Jericho schedule. Chris Jericho would take years off and come back. Like, we'll be lucky if we see Edge at all in 2020 after WrestleMania. I mean, that being said, though, yeah, I mean, first of all,
it's a last man standing match too.
Yeah, think about it. Randy Orton as a baby, you're not going to build the roster long term around. It is blatantly obvious that you need to stop relying on the people from the past and figure out how to get at least one person from this era hot. That is brutally obvious. One of the best ways to get a babyface hot is to get a heel that the crowd absolutely wants to see lose. Randy Orton as a babyface is already boring enough, but you have to dang near kill Edge in a last man standing match with Beth Phoenix watching. And you're not going to cash in on that? You're not going to cash in on making Randy Orton maybe the biggest heel in the industry? Right now, you got Kenta, you got Jay White, you got Chris Jericho, you got MJF, you got Baron Corbin. But when you think about it, I mean, Bullet Club.
Are we really going to count Baron Corbin?
Okay, you tell me the pure heels in wrestling right now. List me the pure heels in wrestling right now. Because mind you, I'm going across the pond to give you some names because that's how few there are.
I get you. I get you now.
I'm not talking top heels. I'm talking guys that don't mind being hated.
Yeah, when you say pure, I was like, yeah, I get you that. Pure heel, yeah.
But at the same time, to your point, don't nobody want to see Baron Corbin. They don't give a damn if he loses or not. But they just don't want to see him. So you need a guy who, can mentor Corbin backstage and say, this is how you get people to really hate you. Which people do, but I mean, you also got to figure out how to, okay, they hate you. Now you have to figure out a way to be entertaining. Because when Randy Orton is in the spot during the match where he's about to punt Edge's head off, and then Beth Phoenix pulls Edge out at the last second, you're going to be like, oh my God. Like, it's going to enthrall you. You're going to be like, oh my goodness, it's going to be silent. It's going to be like a fight scene in a thriller with no background music, just sound effects.
Matter of fact, is Randy Orton going through the same phase Undertaker going through?
Dang. It's weird to think because Orton's really been around that long.
Because I'm seeing some legend killer coming out.
It would be fitting. It would be very fitting because, I mean, what
the last time he RKO'd a woman, he was a legend killer.
Which Edge is this? Because the last time Edge had abs, like what, 2003? I mean, they say this is a rated R superstar, but I mean, brother, I don't know.
What else is on the what else we know is gonna happen for sure?
For sure, and that's the tricky part. For sure.
Oh,
I mean,
damn, bruh. Do I really want Drew McIntyre to win the title now, knowing that no crowd's gonna be in?
Well, that's why he's not gonna win the title, bro. He's not winning the title. He's not winning the title for that exact reason. When Vince making a star at WrestleMania, it's the culmination of a lot of things happening. But also, Vince despises giving something away for what seems for free. Like, why would he waste somebody beating Brock Lesnar? Somebody who did work on Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble like Drew did. Why would he waste that in front of no crowd when there's SummerSlam? Because, they're going hot and heavy for SummerSlam. They're going balls to the walls when all this stuff, if all this stuff gets lifted by August. SummerSlam is probably going to be one of the best SummerSlams in the past 2 decades. If this stuff gets lifted in time. That's why I say it's hard for me to believe there are going to be title changes, except for Charlotte being Rhea Ripley, because Rhea Ripley can win it back at TakeOver. Charlotte's not going to stay on NXT forever. They are not going to put Charlotte on the third brand forever. But they're going to put her there long enough.
I was looking very forward to Drew McIntyre.
I don't see it because, dude, think about it. Like the Ann knew, and Drew McIntyre crying and going up to the turnbuckle, and nobody's there. The whole Drew McIntyre, the lifelong odyssey. He was the chosen one. He left and went to the Independence. He went back to his home of the United Kingdom in Scotland, and they're going to do Michael Cole's going to do the whole bit, and nobody's going to hear it.
Oh, that worked. I would say this, though. Who would be crowned the face of NXT? Johnny Gargano or Tommaso Ciampa?
See, that's the thing, because, I think Tommaso Ciampa has said to Triple H, and I think Triple H confirmed this in an interview, I can't remember, but Tommaso Ciampa's never going to get called up. He doesn't want to be called up. He purposefully doesn't want to be called up. And I think that after this injury, he reiterated that he doesn't want to work that kind of schedule, and NXT is more of his speed. Now, Gargano, here's the tricky part. Montez Ford looks huge compared to Gargano. Austin Theory looks like, in this current era of superstars, Austin Theory didn't look out of place in that room. Angel Garza, he was just Cruiserweight champion. Actually, yeah, he lost to Jordan Devlin. But he was just Cruiserweight champion. He doesn't look out of place next to Andrade, who was a former NXT World Champion. Dude, think about it. What is Gargano going to do? If he gets called up to the main roster, he came into the company with the Cruiserweight Classic. Yeah, he's a Triple Crown champion. Yeah, he did some stuff in NXT. But we have to remember, when Gargano did his stuff in NXT, it was before it officially became the third brand. What is Gargano going to do on the main roster when Ricochet, when Finn Balor, when Samoa Joe, Braun Strowman, those are the names you think of that Brock Lesnar, the match wasn't even that long. And then Gargano's going to go on Raw. Or even better, let's go to SmackDown. Okay, Roman. They're going to have Gargano go over Roman. They're going to have a heel Johnny Gargano have a feud with Roman. He needs to stay in NXT too. He needs to stay in NXT too.
Johnny Gargano versus the Fiend. Oh my gosh, that's like Daniel Bryan all over.
Exactly, because dude, Vince McMahon does not like. So the difference between Vince McMahon and Eric Bischoff is Eric Bischoff told you that he didn't want cruiserweights in the main event. He was straight up with the fans and he was straight up with the wrestlers. He doesn't like cruiserweights. He thinks they have a place on the show. Vince, he caved in. He thought it'd make some money. CM Punk wasn't the biggest guy. Daniel Bryan wasn't the biggest guy. Finn Balor was hot. He was the leader of the Bullet Club. He came in from NXT, gave him a match. What happened? He took a spot wrong, dislocated his shoulder, had to vacate the title. Ever since then, Finn has been on a long road to nowhere. He even had himself a nice heel turn and character change at NXT. And where is he at now? Somewhere over in the UK. Working his...
Well, everybody can't be Rey Mysterio or Daniel
Yeah,
Bryan.
you sure can't. But I mean, hey, when those six figures come calling, when that downside guarantee comes calling, when not having to deal with the indie promoters in the bathrooms and locker rooms, hey, when that comes calling, you gotta answer. Because I know Finn Balor didn't call because he thought that he was going to get back to the top of the mountain after getting hurt against Seth, even though Sting got hurt against Seth. And John Cena broke his nose against Seth. So,
Oh, that is a match, ain't it? Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens.
you talk about digging through the trash can and figures out something to talk about. Good guy, they're trying to figure out something to book. At this point, Seth Rollins.
I just say Kevin Owens and keep it moving because I got your report right here for the AEW.
Oh, okay, cool.
But Kevin Owens takes care of Seth Rollins.
Yes.
It's been reported as of right now they are moving to an undisclosed location from the Daily's place. It's disclosed because they don't want nobody showing up. And seeing as how these people in this great state of Florida want to have block parties and go to the beaches, I don't blame them.
Well, because wrestling fans, I mean, let's be honest, kind of overbearing at times. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind not. Buccaneers getting new uniforms. I wouldn't mind not telling wrestling fans where you're going to be because some of them don't get the point.
That's the news that you've been waiting, huh? Nice to know that I can get Takeover on Wednesdays. It took a freaking pandemic for me to get a Takeover card on a Wednesday show. Good grief.
I mean, bro, that's literally because I mean, Becky versus Shana could happen. That's probably gonna happen. But
I'm taking Shana.
Dude, no, you're still thinking of this like it's like a regular WrestleMania. You're still thinking of this like it's actually happening on Sunday with a takeover on Saturday and a packed crowd at Raymond James Stadium. Like, bro, titles are not.
No, to me, Shana's one of those characters that she don't need a crowd.
It's not about Shana. It's about Vince. What does Vince want to do? Who does Vince want to win when he has to sell this and sell these news stories to the media? Who does Vince want at the podium doing these conference calls to the media? Does he want Becky playing up her victory over Shayna and trash talking Ronda in the process, or does he want Shayna and Shayna's personality talking to the media after like, if that's the case, I would say Rhea Ripley would retain because it would keep the feud hot. But I mean, bro, like, no, Vince is in desperation mode right now. There is no way Becky Lynch at a time like this when Roman is not on the pay-per-view winning a world title that Becky is going to lose a match. Who's going to do the damn press conference?
Well, Vince, right now, this thing is not going to be over in April, okay? And it's going to probably add another month to that too because these cases are going to continue to grow up and they're going to be more depths. So, yeah.
I have no hope for this card. I think that all the champions are going to retain because Vince is not going to have a big new champion pop at a show where there can't be a pop. And I think that the only exception to that rule is going to be Charlotte because Vince is in desperation mode. And this is not the time to take risks on new acts. This is the time to make as much ad money as possible. This is the time to get as much social media heat as possible. And this is the time to make it out with, because, dude, at the end of the day, as much as you want Rhea Ripley to retain, as much as you want Shayna Baszler to win, as much as you want Drew to win, who else is on here? As much as you want The Fiend to win, as much as you might want Edge to win, as much as, a lot of these other matches didn't happen. I mean, Otis probably could win. There's no harm in Otis. But, dude, like, big wins aren't about to happen at this show. Big upset defenses aren't about to happen at this show. Vince is trying to make it out alive. And he is looking at all these other WrestleManias where he booked exactly how he wanted to book. And he's looking at how people are desperate and how people are watching them and how people are fawning over them. And he's realizing, well, wait a minute, my way does work. Hell, look at all these other WrestleManias I booked. All you guys do is...
By the way, Vince, stay your ass home, please. Stay home. Don't go nowhere to neither of these arenas where they're gonna have these shows at. stay home.
The craziest thing about this, and I guess we could just wrap it on this, is that Vince McMahon is traveling from Connecticut to Florida to be in Gorilla. Now, look, I don't know if Triple H and Vince have second homes in Florida. To be honest, they kind of should. With NXT and the Performance Center being in Florida full time, NXT doesn't really travel that much. Like, dude, they should have second homes in Florida for things like this, so that they don't have to be like in the air and in different states. But dude, like Vince McMahon at 70,
I don't care if it's in Florida or Connecticut. Stay
no.
home.
Forget that. I do care if it's in Florida because Florida is about to have a huge uptick. I greatly care if it's in Florida because our governor won't close the beaches or close the state. So I do care if it's in Florida. But dude,
it's coming.
Vince McMahon is that one cousin you had that your grandma always used to get mad at and would say, you can't tell him nothing. Don't even talk to him. You every black person has heard out their grandma's mouth, you can't tell him nothing at least once a day.
And everybody else stay home too, unless you have to. If you don't have to work, stay your ass home. Be patient. We're trying to get through this, not add to it.
2 weeks.
Unless you didn't like my partner, that was who stay has to move.
Yeah, so, then I will be staying my ass in my new home. So either way, but hey, like I don't know, two weeks inside of these houses that everybody likes to show up on social media, and everybody can't stay down. But it is what it is. It's all a work. It's all pro wrestling. Everything's pro wrestling. That's all it is. That's all I have. Fuck the Tennessee Titans, all that good stuff. Yeah, that's it.
Let's see. We have a new time on RTS Sports Radio. This would be Thursdays from 9 to 10 p.m.
Oh,
now.
okay.
Yeah, we're really in the prime time spot now. We're still on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, all the damn platforms. I mean, might have some more news, so who knows? So even though this is all happening, I'm still making moves in my own. I ain't forgot about y'all.
Can't forget about that.
So I'm still working on some stuff, and Dallas has put his on the hiatus because he does have to move from West Florida to South Florida.
They have to dodge all these skeezers, wimp-wamps, marks, trick-ass whatevers on the way because a lot of college students. I'm living right by USF, so I gotta duck and dodge.
So y'all, please safe travels, and then he'll be back for the NFL draft, first round coverage, something like that.
It's gonna be after the draft, but we'll see.
It'll be some part of that draft. That's all I think. So we'll talk to y'all